2 weeks to go.
Take your marks, Australia!
The most anticipated Olympics ever
Take your marks, Australia.
are here on 7.
Take your marks, Australia.
The Olympic champion! Oh, what a start for the Aussies!
And you can only be there on 7 and 7 Plus.
Take your marks, Australia!
Means everything.
And they break the world record.
Take your marks, Australia.
Take your marks, Australia!
It's a remarkable gold medal.
It all begins this July on 7 and 7 Plus.
Take your marks, Australia!
Your home of the Olympics.
Good evening and welcome to the announcement of the flag bearers for the Australian Olympic team for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. I'm Matt Shirvington, proud Olympian from the Sydney 2000 Games, and I'm looking forward to calling the Olympic action from Tokyo as part of Channel 7's live coverage, kicking off with the opening ceremony in just over a fortnight. But right now, I'm looking forward to tonight's Olympic big group hug. We have our Tokyo-bound athletes gathered right around Australia and around the world getting ready for the Tokyo Games. The team is in. 474 athletes have now been selected. 254 women, 220 men competing in 33 sports and the third biggest Australian team of all time. And that team is watching tonight dressed in their Aussie uniforms. And of course, we're counting down to find out who our two flag bearers are, one woman and one man, to carry the Australian flag into the opening ceremony. Watching on tonight are a host of retired Olympians, looking forward to that moment, and another big reveal tonight, the Australian Olympians oath. You'll hear that oath for the first time in the next hour. I also want to welcome family and friends of our Tokyo team and everyone who is supporting our Australian Olympic team in what's been such a difficult time, a postponed games, qualifying, training, competing. Nothing has been easy. We thank you so much. For many of the athletes, they couldn't have come this far without you. The Games are full steam ahead. Our team is ready and your support is more valuable than ever. If you're watching on the AOC official website, you'll see a chat feature to your right of screen. Please join the conversation. We'd love to hear from you throughout the night and show your support for our athletes who are about to depart for Tokyo. Before we go any further, I'd like to welcome my Sydney Olympic teammate, Nova Peris, dual Olympian, hockey gold medalist in 1996, our first Indigenous gold medalist, and in 2000 in track and field, the 400 metres and the 4x400 metre relay. Nova will deliver our acknowledgement to country.
Nangabri, Arabi, Ganadi, Ingbarogo, Nova Peris. From a paternal grandmother, I'm a member of the Albuk and Bunnish clans of the Awadja and Gadjadu peoples of West Arnhem Land, and from my mother, I'm a member of the Yarrow and Lunga-Gidja clans of the West and East Kimberleys. Today, I acknowledge that I'm here on Larrakia country. The Larrakia people are the traditional owners of the lands and waters of Darwin and its outer regions here in the top end Northern Territory. I pay my respect to the Larrakia ancestors, the elders both past and present, who have lived on and sustained this Larrakia country for thousands of generations. I also extend that respect to the hundreds of First Nation clans and its peoples across this continent we now call Australia. Ma Obo.
Thank you, Nova. Nova is a member of the AOC's Indigenous Advisory Committee, which plays such an important role in the AOC's commitment to reconciliation. Well, there's always been great anticipation of who our flag bearer will be. And this time for Tokyo, two flag bearers. And there's one man who's being kept very tight-lipped, the man charged with announcing our flag bearer, Ian Chesterman, chef de mission of the Australian Olympic team. And I'd like to welcome Ian. Our two flag bearers are your choice, your decision, Ian. It must have been tough. There are so many champion athletes in this team. How did you choose?
Well, there is no rule book that comes with the decision, Matt, so we have to really just think through a whole range of issues. This also includes things like what is their standing in their sport, what is their longevity in the Olympic Games, and also what sort of support would they have from the Australian Olympic team. and also would they have a view, would it resonate with the Australian public? It's after all their flag that they're carrying into this Olympic stadium. So it's a whole lots of things you have to take into consideration, and also, as you say, there's so many different options available to me, so it's been a really difficult choice, but I think everyone will enjoy the outcome.
Ian, it's been such a tough ride for all of our athletes. Any last piece of advice as they do their final preparation?
I think you've been through so much, athletes. Thank you for everything you've done. Teams arrived over in Tokyo now. We're getting ready. I know you're getting ready as well. So keep enthusiastic, keep calm as we head into Tokyo, and I'm sure we're going to have a great games over there.
And we'll catch up soon with that very special announcement that's coming up in a moment. Geez, you're playing your cards very close to your chest. Even the Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, hasn't been let in on the secret just yet. He'll have to wait like the rest of us. But he has sent this message in support of our team.
When the first modern Olympic Games were held in Athens in 1896, Australia was 6 colonies, not a nation. We had no flag, we had no anthem, we had no coat of arms, and certainly didn't have an Olympic committee. But that didn't stop Edwin Flack, because Australians had a deep yearn to give our best and take on the world. So a young accountant who happened to be a runner, Edwin Flack, decided he wanted to be part of it. That team of one lit a flame that has shone brightly in our country ever since for the Olympic movement. A century and a quarter on now, you now carry our flame, our hopes, at an Olympic Games unlike any other. Australians don't lament how things could be. Instead, we view the world as it is, and we deal with it on those terms. And we embrace these games as a symbol of what the world can be again. You might not hear the crowds at this Games, but take a moment in Tokyo, close your eyes, cup your ear, and draw in the tradition that you are now a part of. The Golden Girl, Betty Cuthbert, Kieran Perkins in Lane 8, Dawny in Melbourne, Rome, and of course, Tokyo, and the Torpedo. Kathy Freeman running with the wind in Sydney. The awesome foursome lifting us all out of our seats. Glenys Nunn chasing down the heptathlon, and Peter Norman, John Landy and Jane Saville embodying our best sporting ethos. And there's days ahead. If you listen even closer, you will hear and you will feel 25 million Australians willing you on, cheering you on. In Tokyo, all of you are taking your place in our Australian Olympic story that Edwin Flack started so many years ago. We are so proud of what you have had to go through to get to where you are in Tokyo. It hasn't been easy. You are a unique group of Australian Olympians. But achievements like the ones you have already accomplished in getting where you are today, and those that are ahead of you, are also not easy ones. Shortly, we are about to hear the names of the Australian Olympic flag bearers. One woman, one man. Both extraordinary Australians, like all of you. And then, as a team, you will recite the words of a new and uniquely Australian Olympic oath. An oath about what it means to be an Australian Olympian and the legacy that you'll carry. I honour the sacrifices that you and your families have made, particularly in relation to this year's Games. The discipline, the grit, the self-reliance, getting over the disappointments of the delays, and the character that you've showed has made you an Olympian in a very special category this year. These are the strengths you have cultivated, and we celebrate your dedication as fellow Australians. Congratulations on what you have achieved, and all the best for what you're about to embark upon. Good luck, Australia. But as we know in this country, we make our own luck. We make our own luck by the commitments and the dedication that you have displayed. I could not be more proud of an Australian Olympic team than the one that will take the field to the track, to the pool, to the roads and the other venues at which you will contest these Games. And I particularly am so pleased that you'll be there in Japan. Japan that has showed incredible determination to see these games through. It will be a great honour for you to participate in this very special games at a unique time in the world's history. I couldn't be more proud. And I know your families and your supporters and all Australians feel the same way. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Stirring words. Thank you so much, Prime Minister. I said it was a big group hug. We have Tokyo-bound athletes everywhere around Australia and the world watching on. We can't get to all of you. Some are having team get-togethers in all corners and time zones of the world. Some are with family, but they are all watching on. And if you're tuning in via the AOC official website, you'll see a chat feature to your right of screen. Show your support for our athletes who are heading to Tokyo to represent Australia. Now, let's take a look at who's with us right now. Give us a wave when I call you out. In Cairns, a big hello to our swimmers. Also, over there in Cairns, our women and men's rugby sevens team. In Rockhampton, let's hear from our rowers, all 38 of them. In Las Vegas, Nevada, the Boomers and the Opals. It's 2 o'clock in the morning over there. They're up and about. Good morning, everyone. On the Gold Coast, our paddlers, canoe and kayakers, hello to you. Yes, in Brisbane, members of our track cycling and endurance teams are gathered together as well. Welcome. And over in Perth, the Hockeyroos and the Kookaburras are finishing off their training. Hello, guys. And right here now, we have a couple of track and field athletes, London Olympian Steve Solomon and fellow 400-metre sprinter Bendiri Aboya are going to join me in just a moment. From home tonight in Sydney, Steve Solomon, well, he's been battling some of the restrictions that all Sydney-siders have been battling. In actual fact, he's only been able to get to his training track for 2 hours per day in his final preparation for the Tokyo Games. The challengers, they have thrown themselves up absolutely to the last minute as we head towards Tokyo. Just 16 days to go before the 23rd of July, the opening ceremony, and we'll see some of our best athletes all arrive just ahead of the Games. Steve Solomon and Bendiri Aboya, they're going to represent Australia in the 400-metre sprint. Steve, well, I'm not sure if you remember, but back in London, it was his first Olympic Games. He made it all the way to the 400-metre final of the Olympics, the first to do it since Darren Clark in 1988. And Steve, we're all hoping you can do it once again. Good evening to you, Bendiri. Good evening to you as well. Well, Steve, you are a sprinter, but geez, this has been a marathon getting to Tokyo, hasn't it?
It certainly has been a marathon over the last year, Matt. But like everyone who has had the enjoyment of participating in a marathon before knows, the finish line is the most exciting part of the race. And that's where we are here on our road to Tokyo. So I'm just incredibly excited for the next 17 days, for the entire contingent and Australians to kick it off. And then for me and Bendiri to go represent Australia in the 400 in the second week of the Games is just something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. It's been a long time since London, 9 years. And I'm really looking forward to putting on the Australian uniform again and going out there and running to the best of my ability.
Hey, Steve, I just mentioned, like so many Sydney-siders at the moment, you're facing lockdown restrictions. How is that affecting your final preparation?
I think the lockdown in Sydney is affecting everyone, regardless of where you are in life. And I think track and field's no different. You know, it's just another challenge that we've had to face in what has been a challenging last year. So I've just been incredibly fortunate that I've got an amazing coach in Penny Gillies, who's been able to be so flexible and so calm and really keep myself calm through this time. And I'm definitely going to head to Tokyo with a great deal of preparation behind me, and know that the excitement and energy of the stadium is going to really lift me there. So I'm just really looking forward to the weeks ahead, Matt.
Bendiri, you're up in Brisbane and
Yeah.
you're going to make your Olympic debut. You must be so excited. How's your final preparation going?
I'm really excited. I haven't been able to get back in Sydney for a few weeks now, but I've been still keeping the same energy going, training hard. Knowing that John's in Sydney, it's kind of made me kind of work extra harder, knowing that I don't have my coach here. So it's been good. I'm, like Steve said, I'm going to go there with the best mindset I could possibly have, and go out there and do what I can do.
Now, I've got to bring this up because you're one of the faces of the Sportscraft Olympic uniform ad campaign. How does it feel seeing your face on billboards around town?
To be honest, sometimes I forget and then I'm walking in the shop and I see myself and I'm like, oh. But I did go to see it yesterday and I was like to a lady, she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, it's me, because I had my mask on. But no, it's quite fun.
Hey, fantastic, guys. I hope your final preparations go so well. Good luck in Tokyo.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, great stuff. So many challenges for so many of our athletes, and it's going to continue right up until they reach the start line. Let's go north to Cairns right now and check in with our Dolphins. And we're going to catch up with a number of our champion athletes that did so well in Adelaide for the Olympic trials. First off, Mitch Larkin joins us. Mitch, are you there with the team? There you are. Well, I've got to bring your form up at the Olympic trials because it was amazing. You must be so happy you're heading to another Games.
Yeah, pretty excited. I think every time you get to wear the green and gold, it's such an amazing honour. And for me, this is third time around. It's been a pretty challenging 18 months, but to finally get, the opening ceremony tracksuit and put on the blazer tonight, it's really fantastic. And we're looking forward to the last couple of weeks and then finally getting to Tokyo and getting stuck into some good racing.
Kate, I'll get to you in a second, but Mitch, I love the mix of youth and experience in this swim team. Behind you there, what's the vibe been like?
Yeah, it's really good. As you said, there's a good mixture of some experience. We've got Kate as well as on her fourth Olympic campaign, as well as plenty of rookies as well. So plenty of excitement, plenty of experience, but we're having some good time up in here in Cairns, getting some good training in, and then looking forward to racing in a couple of weeks' time.
Thanks for the reminder. Kate Campbell, of course, your fourth Olympic Games. It is an unbelievable feat. You seem so calm, though, like you've done this all before. Is that just for show?
It's not my first rodeo. No, it's always an honour and a privilege to pull on the green and gold. And one of the highlights is getting our uniform. And we had some suitcases arrive earlier today, and earlier this week, and everyone dove in and got to pull on their uniform for the first time. And I think that once I was able to pull on the blazer, I was like, okay, this is real. This is actually happening. We are actually going after all the delays and all the drama.
Kate, you're in pre-camp right now. What's the team's plan from here?
Pretty much we are just going to continue training, enjoy the wonderful far north Queensland hospitality. Everyone here has been so welcoming. It's wonderful. We've had young kids come and just stand by the pool for a couple of hours and watch us train. And seeing that really reminds you, someone who's old and jaded like myself, why we get in the pool and why we do what we do. Because I remember being that young kid who dreamt of going to an Olympic Games, and it's a reminder of how much of a privilege it is.
Well, to you and to Mitch and the rest of our swim team, you are inspiring so many millions of young Aussies. So thank you and all the best.
Thanks.
Thanks, Chevo. Thank you.
Okay, we'll stay in Cairns where our women's and men's seven sides are also in camp. And we're going to cross to our co-captain of our women's team, the reigning gold medalist from Rio, Shani Williams. And Shani is with us. Shani, I've got to mention the growth of sevens. It's been enormous since making its Olympic debut. I mean, you must be so proud of the contribution that you guys have made in its popularity. But on the flip side of all of that, defending your gold medal is going to be a little bit tougher. Can this team do it?
Yeah, I guess like anything's possible at the Olympics, Chev. So we're just preparing there and win.
Shani, are you keeping everyone in line?
On the
bar. Hey, give us a wave, guys, if you're out there. There they all are. Nice little lag on the line there. Nick Maloof as well, the men's captain, is with us. Nick, let's keep it simple. No medal in Rio, but you've got a bloody good side going off to Tokyo. Is this their time to shine?
We've had ample opportunity to get some good experience in this. If you look at our preparation, we've had the opportunity to get some world-class games in over the last couple of months, and we're up here in at the moment experiencing the conditions that are going to be over there in Tokyo. So, yeah, the preparation's been really good, and now it's time for us to go.
Bit of a dodgy line there, guys, but it is great to catch up and great for us to be able to give you a chance to say Hello to everyone back home, and you look fantastic in your uniforms. All the best. Now, not everyone is in Queensland. Our men's and women's hockey teams are in Perth right now. Jane Claxton from the Hockeyroos, well, are you there in Perth? Because you have had some close-fought battles with the Kiwis in particular in recent matches. How's the team bonding been going? How's the final preparation ahead of the Olympic tournament?
Yeah, it's our first international matches in 18 months, so had a bit of a rusty start, but so appreciative of the Kiwis coming over to Perth to play us and us to go to New Zealand. Yeah, this last 18 months has definitely been challenging, but for the Hockeyroos in particular, I think we've all grown so much, and especially the younger girls coming in, giving them so many opportunities to really bite down and nail in on what we're going to do in Tokyo.
You must be so proud of everyone, Jane, that's been able to qualify for this team, especially some of the young ones.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a great mix of youth and the older girls. Yeah, as Kate said earlier, really, all the younger girls really make you cherish why you're out there every day. The daily grind and representing your country at an Olympic Games is all the more special when you have those girls around you every day.
And Eddie Ockendon's there as well with the Kookaburras. Geez, you guys have been in great form too. What happens for you going over to Tokyo now?
Yeah, we're going up to Darwin on Friday, so we're very excited to just jump on the plane and get there. We've had a long time training like everyone else. It's been we've been almost exclusively in Perth, so training together has been really beneficial, but we're ready to go and just get on the plane and get to Darwin and then head up to Tokyo.
What are you expecting? Have you spoken about what the tournament's going to be like over there?
Well, we know the hockey's going to be very difficult. We have a lot of tough pool games to start with. So that's a known that we know the hockey games are going to be very hard and we have to be ready for those. The rest is really unexpected. We're pretty good, hopefully, at just rolling with a few of the things that are going to come our way. And it's going to be unpredictable. It's going to be a lot different. But it's something that, will probably never happen again. So the things that will happen are going to be special for all of us.
Yeah, good luck, obviously, out on the field, but all the best and enjoy it as well. You guys look fantastic in your uniforms. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Eddie.
Cheers, mate.
Well, we're getting closer to the moment when we learn who our flag bearers are. But first, there's another big moment, a piece of Australian sporting history, in fact, when we reveal the Australian Olympians' oath. This has been nearly 2 years in the making, and I'm so excited and really very proud as an Olympian myself that so much thought and effort has been put into capturing the essence of what it means to be an Australian Olympian. Steve Hooker, chair of the AOC's Athlete Commission, has been the driving force behind this. And Steve joins me from Melbourne. Well, Steve, we now have an oath. How did this all come about?
Hey, Shirvo. Yeah, thanks for having us. A couple of years ago, the Athlete Commission were asked to review the Aspire values that have served the team well since 2000. And we acknowledge that each sport, all the people that we've seen tonight, have their own set of values. They live and breathe those values every year. And what we wanted to create was something that celebrates what's unique about being an Olympian and complements those values that those teams already have. I think we've all felt this really special feeling when we make our first team, like we're part of something unique, something different. And it's often something we've been dreaming about for our entire lives. And an oath is a way of sort of crystallizing that moment, celebrating it, but also creating an understanding of the responsibilities that come along with the privilege of being an Olympian.
It's a great idea, mate. And the thing I love most about this, there were dozens of submissions from past and present Olympians that contributed to creating the oath.
Yeah, that's right. We had submissions from Olympians from the last 5 decades all the way up to today's team. And whilst there wasn't any one submission that was perfect and felt exactly right for our oath, there were themes that sort of resonated across all of the submission. They were themes like the responsibility of representing the country, both in your sport, but also in the way you lived your life, a recognition of the traditional owners of Australia, respect for your competitors, the officials and your teammates, that were all part of this unbroken chain of Olympians, like the Prime Minister said, all the way back from 1986 when Edward Flack competed, all the way through to today, the only country other than Greece to have accomplished this. And that we've all earned the right to be an Olympian for the rest of our lives. It's not just something that happens when you're there competing, it's something you carry with you forward. These submissions and the themes that they provide, that came with them, provide the foundation of the oath that all of you, the 2020 Olympians will say tonight, and you'll say it together with all living Australian Olympians, both summer and winter, as we recite these for the very first time here. So thanks to everyone that made your submissions. You really helped guide us in the right direction of what this oath should be and what it should stand for. A very special thanks to the Indigenous Advisory Committee and their chair, Patrick Johnson, for the wonderful words that they've provided as well. And I'm really excited to see the oath revealed and to hear all of you in particular say it.
Steve, one thing I didn't mention there is you're a gold medalist yourself, 2008 in the pole vault. What advice do you have for the debutantes going over to Tokyo?
Enjoy it. It's going to be overwhelming. I think in this year in particular, it's going to be very challenging set of circumstances, but take it all in. These are special times. It's rare that you get to be in that environment. So just take it all in, enjoy it, make the most of the opportunities.
Thanks so much for your time, mate. Hey, congratulations for the effort that has gone into bringing this all about.
Thank you very much, mate. I'm just excited to see it go and hopefully inspire this team, but also inspire young Australians to want to join this team as future Olympians.
Without a doubt. Thank you. Well, let's now hear from Olympians and Olympic debutants for the first time, the Australian Olympians Oath.
For the honour of representing Australia.
With acknowledgement and respect for the ancient Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander histories.
And their ongoing connection to the continent, water and seas.
For the pursuit of excellence in every endeavour.
With gratitude to those who make it possible.
For the spirit of sport.
For my fellow Olympians, whom I respect and support.
Since Edwin and forever.
Once an Olympian, always an Olympian.
Spine-tingling stuff. Yes, a little bit later on, we're all going to recite that oath. And it's available on the AOC website, Instagram and Twitter feeds right now. So go and grab it. And what a lineup that was. To hear it for the first time, Catherine Freeman, Rob De Castella, Danny Morsu, Anna Mears, Stephen Bradbury, Lauren Jackson, Saya Sakakibara, Peter Bowl, and of course, Dawn Fraser, one of the greats, always an Olympian. And Dawn Fraser joins us from Cairns right now, where she's with the Australian swim team. Dawn, what does that oath mean to you?
Oh, Sturvo, I think it's made for the athletes, and I'm very, very proud to have been involved with it. And I'm sure all the swimmers here tonight will be very proud to have that oath behind them.
We're not far away from announcing our flag bearers for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Have you got any advice for them as their name tonight?
Oh, they're all very excited. Whoever's going to be the flag bearer tonight is going to be very, very proud to carry it in front of the Australian team. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have the opening ceremony, but we'll have the flag bearers, and they'll be very proud and very excited for how all our team.
Dawn, just a little bit on this swim team. They have overcome so many challenges over the last 12 to 14 months, but have still managed to hit world-leading performances and qualify with style and humility. You must be so proud of them.
I'm sure I am so very, very proud of them. I saw them at the trials and I thought they were fantastic. To see them today and to see them walking around with their uniforms on, they're all very proud to wear the crest on the chest, and that's what makes an Olympian. They're all going to enjoy it, like you said.
Dawnie, they're going to enjoy it and they've got a job to do, but you're always someone partial to socialising and getting out and about when your events were finished. It's something they're not going to be able to do this time around. How would you manage that?
I find it very hard, to be very honest with you. But, this team is a bit younger than I was, so they're not as robust as what I was, so they'll do the job the proper way.
We love chatting with you. Thank you so much, Dawn.
Thanks, Servo. Thank you.
Yeah, great to have Dawn with us this evening. Well, let's go to Las Vegas, a city that never sleeps. It's nearly 2 a.m. peak hour at the craps table, but our Opals and Boomers, they're not there. They're up and about and they are pumped. Jenna O'Hay, she's with us from the Opals, and, well, such an outstanding record the Opals have at the Olympic Games. Can we get back amongst the medals?
Yeah, I think Opals are known for winning medals, and we definitely want to carry on that tradition. And I think we're ready to carry on that tradition. We just can't wait to get over to Tokyo.
How's your preparation going, especially over there in the US?
We only landed yesterday, so we haven't got on court yet. So we're looking forward to getting onto the court tomorrow and playing some practice games here before we head over to Japan.
Hey, Jenna, from someone that was very comfortable in Lycra, you're going back to the future. You've got the bodysuits, they're back. Could that prove the difference?
Well, I think looking back on all the medals that the Opals have won, they've been in bodysuits. So I think it's time to get back onto the podium and have a medal around our neck. And I think, yeah, the bodysuits will help us. And we have Paddy Mills with us as well from the Boomers. Paddy, you've spoken about this team being a special group of players. The culture is at an all-time high. You're very tight-knit. Is that podium calling for our Aussie boys?
Yeah, it is, mate. It's definitely gotten to a stage where we've developed the true meaning of not only representing Australia, but also what it means to be a Boomer. We've got a solid, very solid leadership group and a combination between the coaching staff, supporting staff, and the new and young boys that have come in. So look, we're just really excited to get everyone together and and really give this a good hard crack.
Paddy, you've come from all corners of the world. How's the team gelling so far?
Yeah, good, mate. It's a special place. Obviously a bit different to be able to start camp not in Australia, which we all hope so. But the environment that we've created is very Australian-like. So for us to be able to come together and get that Australian spirit amongst us is very special. It means a lot to everyone here, and we're just looking to carry that on to Japan.
I use the term friendlies very loosely, but you're playing the USA team over the next couple of weeks. How important are those matches going to be?
Yeah, very important. This is definitely a sprint with the short preparation. The games are going to be hard fought, very physical, and definitely not friendly.
Hey, just a quick one before I let you go. Is everyone behaving themselves in Vegas?
Yeah, of course, mate. We're all looking after ourselves. We're focused on what we need to get done here, and everyone's keeping everyone accountable. So really pleased with that.
Great stuff. All the best, guys. You can go back to bed now. Thank you. Well, one of our biggest squads competing at the Games is our rowing team. 38 strong athletes, and they are all gathered in Rockhampton tonight. Hello, guys. Can you hear me back down here in Sydney? Good to see you all. Well, Cameron Girdlestone, he's there from the men's quad scull silver medalist from Rio. How's Rocky? Are they looking after you up there?
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. It's absolutely rocking up here. So, we can't complain up here in the country, and everyone's putting in the effort, and we're ready to go for Tokyo.
Cam, you're the funny guy. Hey, silver 5 years, silver 5 years ago, mate. Are you hoping for one better in Tokyo?
Absolutely. That's no doubt that we're all going for gold medal, and I'm standing in front of a team behind me that are the same thought process. We're all going for gold medal. We've worked 5 years for this sort of stuff, and every crew has put the miles in, the kilometres in, the hard work, and there's no doubt that we're going to be putting every bow ball in front to win a gold medal. And it's awesome to hear from all the other sports as well from around the country, and I know that they're all going to be wanting to be in front and be standing in the middle of the dais.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Harriet Hudson's with you there from the women's quad scull. Now, you're off to your first Olympic Games. How exciting. What are you expecting, do you reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're expecting a very different Games to that which has been in the past because of COVID. But I think it's more about what we as a team are going to do. Our job certainly hasn't changed. We're going over there to race and to get onto that podium. So in a way, I think these games encourage a simplicity of that. One thing the last 18 months has taught us is the ability to adapt to unexpected situations and adversity. Our team is certainly much stronger and more resilient as a result of this. And so I think that when we do touch down in Tokyo in 10 days' time, there will certainly be very few things which faze us.
Harry, you make a really good point. You guys have been travelling all over the country trying to qualify. The team's been named now. There must be a sense of relief and focus on what you've got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's an incredible honour to be a part of the Australian team and to go over and compete at what is one of the greatest festivals of sport on earth.
Hey, Cam, you obviously have a bit of fun with your crew up there. Has everyone been behaving themselves?
Yeah, no doubt, Matt. No, absolutely. We always behave ourselves. We're always well behaved, but I must say that we're very focused on the target, and that's Tokyo, and that's winning gold medals, like I said before. But we're going over there as one team. We're not going over there as individuals, but we're going over there as the Australian Olympic rowing team, a part of the wider Olympic team. And as we wear these jackets, you see all the gold medalists that are in the jackets, and I'm sure we all want to put our names in, but you've got to have fun along the way because, as I said, we've put 5 years of hard work in, and we put an arm around each other and we do this together.
Yeah, there's plenty of rowers in that jacket, that's for sure. Hey, good luck, guys. I hope it goes so well for you over there.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, guys.
And let's head off to Brisbane right now. Members of our cycling, track and endurance teams are also together. And first off, Kellen O'Brien making a debut. You must be so excited as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think excitement is a serious understatement. You know, we've been working a really long time for this, and it's starting to feel really special.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because you guys have been in Brisbane for a couple of months now in team camp. I mean, that in itself must be tough to be away from home and family and friends. But how's the team going?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little tough being away from family and friends, but this is a whole family here, and it's been really good, and the excitement's building, and hopefully we can carry that through. And we still have another month here, and then on to the Olympics.
Georgia Baker's there too. She's with us and went to Rio, of course. Now, you've got a little bit of experience, I guess. Do you have any advice for Kellen?
Yeah, I suppose I've got a little bit of experience from Rio, but Kel's pretty professional, so I'm sure he's got it covered. But one thing I suppose I can pass on is this, I suppose, even though it's the Olympic Games and it's the pinnacle of our sport, it's important to kind of treat it like any other race that we do and, you know, follow the processes, and I'm sure the outcome will follow.
So much of cycling is all about the velodrome itself or the course itself. I mean, have you guys been studying that and trying to figure out how you can use that to your advantage?
Yeah, no, we definitely have. And for our sport, every track is different. So, you know, we've definitely been studying that. Our sport's also very much skill-based sport. So making sure that we're concentrating on our swings, and they will be different in Tokyo as well. So we've definitely been studying up on that.
Georgia, our cycling teams have had a great legacy of success. I mean, what does it mean to continue that tradition?
Oh, it means so much. I think, you know, even my second Olympics, it's such an honour to wear the green and gold. You know, we've got great results in our history. So it would be great to be able to bring home an Olympic gold medal for our team.
Representing Australia, knowing that we're still in this pandemic and there has been obviously the postponement and the challenges that you've all faced. I mean, how proud are you?
Yeah, I'm really proud. I think all of us here, and I'm sure every other athlete and even every other Australian can say that I think since we found out about the postponement of the Olympic Games, we've managed to be really adaptable and really resilient. And I think we've done a really good job at taking everything in our stride.
Georgia, Kel, all the best to the rest of the team as well. Good luck over there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, further south on the Gold Coast, many of our paddlers are in camp as well. And let's keep the chat in the family with Rio Olympians, Elise and Jordan Wood. They're going to join us, of course, Olympic husband and wife, only two, I think, on the Australian team this time around, both Rio Olympians. But Elise, you've got one over on Jordan because you taught yourself the ukulele during lockdown last year. It's probably not even on the radar anymore now that you're busy preparing for the Games.
Yeah, last year for Olympic Day, we set ourselves some challenges, and a few people in here set ourselves some challenges through the 30 days, and I decided I'd learn the ukulele, maybe successfully. I mean, that's open. But since then, Jordan started to teach himself guitar, so he's got one over me now. But I mean, it was fun, and it was a good way to get through lockdown and have a bit of a challenge, I guess, given the Olympics were postponed.
It sounds like
the ukulele hasn't been picked up since. So.
No.
It also sounds like you're challenging the relationship as well. Hey, why did you choose the ukulele?
Well, I decided I wanted to learn a musical instrument, and I spoke to my dad and my brother who played the guitar, and they said the ukulele has one less string, so that's probably going to be a bit easier. And if you want to sound like Ed Sheeran, don't play the guitar, play the ukulele instead, because you can just get away with it. So I chucked a few, bit of singing in there, and it was kind of like sink or swim. But yeah, I haven't really picked it up since because I embarrassed myself a little bit too much.
It's a shame you don't have it with you.
What a shame.
Hey, Jordan, well, how's the guitar going, first off?
It's okay. I'm not very good. I'm not really good with like finger dexterity or like trying to move my fingers without looking at them. So it's something I'm working on, but practice makes perfect, as they say.
It's not very good. I'll confirm that.
You're pretty good at the large compound movements, though. Obviously, you claimed the 1,000 gold in the national championships last year. What are your thoughts and ambitions going to Tokyo?
I'm just really excited to go out and just try and put like our best performances forward. It's what we've been training for, and hopefully, if you put your best performance forward, you can come away with a good result. So that's what we're aiming for, and I'm pretty excited. So.
You guys adapt to anything, really. I mean, the paddlers seem to be able to just paddle through anything. Has it been disruptive for you, or have you been pretty happy with your preparation?
No, it's been pretty good. You just need to take it as it comes in this day and age. There's so many sort of unknowns, so you just need to take it as it comes, and sort of just keep that end goal in sight and just keep pushing for it. It's sort of all you can really do, and just take each little obstacle and challenge as it comes and sort of try and grow from that.
Hey, Elise, who's the better winner and who's the better loser between the two of you?
Oh, that's a good question. When Jordan crosses the line, and I think most people in here can vouch for that, he really is completely cooked. He falls over, he can't breathe. The videos and the photos you get afterwards are quite funny. So maybe I'm the better winner because I actually remember it. And no, I think our paddle team, we've been together for so long now, and so it's really nice to be able to cross the line, and I guess win or lose, we're out there together, and that's the beauty of being in team boats as well. We call the K1, which is the single, we call it the K Lonely, because we love being in team boats. We love being the K2s and the K4s together and the C2s together. So we're just really excited to get over there and put our best foot forward.
Guys, it's so good to see you and taking a bit of time out as well to talk to us. And it really is the final moments before you go over and represent Australia. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, good luck to all of our paddlers and to all of our Aussie teams. Isn't it nice to see them in a relaxed environment for the moment, but all together at the same time? We can't get to everyone, but know this is such a big, big night, and it really is a go button for so many of you. You're all gathered with teammates, with family and friends, proudly wearing your uniforms for Tokyo, and of course, waiting to see who will be our flag bearers for Tokyo. No better time than now to hear from AOC President John Coates, a chef de mission for 6 Summer Olympic Games. So he's chosen a few flag bearers in his time. He's not able to join us live, but John has sent this message.
This is a very proud night for the Australian Olympic team, coming together as you are for the first time across Australia and around the world as an Australian Olympic team under these COVID situations. Australia has competed in every one of the Summer Olympic Games since 1896, but we've only had 23 flag bearers, the first being in Antwerp in 1920. You ask why? Well, before that, we competed as Australasia, and somehow we allowed the Kiwis to take the positions of flag bearers. Wouldn't happen now. This is an occasion where we're going to, Ian Chesterman is going to appoint 2 flag bearers. The IOC, in recognition of the fact that they're virtually at 50-50 in participation of males and females, has decided that we should recognise that with a male and a female carrying the Olympic flag. Not the first time for Australia. In 1980, the boycott year, we had Max Metzger and Denise Boyd carry the flag together, a decision of chef de mission Phil Coles, but it was the Olympic flag, not the Australian flag. All of the Western nations who participated showed their, expressed their views about the boycott and about the invasion of Afghanistan by competing under the Olympic flag. To be selected, as I say, as now the 24th and 25th flag bearers for Australia is a very, very special thing. And I know that you will be proud. I know that your families will be proud. I know that those who supported you along the way to get to this position in the Olympics will be very proud. You'll also have the opportunity to recite as a group and a team the Australian Olympians Oath. This is something that was initiated, developed by our Australian Olympic Athletes Commission, and particularly Steve Hooker. And I'm very pleased that this will be an occasion for you to recite that oath. So I wish my very best to all of you in the team for your performances in Tokyo. I congratulate, and I particularly congratulate, the two flag bearers, whoever you may be.
Thank you, John. John is now in Tokyo, not only to attend the Olympic Games, but also to be on hand for the critical vote on July 21, when the IOC members decide whether Brisbane will be the host of the Summer Olympic and Paralympic Games in 2032. What a day that will be for Australian sport if the vote does go our way. Keep your fingers and your toes crossed. Now, don't forget, if you're watching on the AOC website, use our chat feature to show your support for Brisbane to host the 2032 Games. And of course, Tokyo 2020 will have an opening ceremony. Let us know who you think our flag bearers, carry the flag into the stadium, will be in Tokyo. Now, it's been wonderful to bring you so many of the Tokyo teams together in this unusual way. We've all had to live virtually over the past 15 months, but before COVID changed our lives, we did manage to bring some members of our team together so they could walk in each other's shoes. There are 33 different sports represented in our team. So let's see what happens when you mix swimmers and sailors.
I've been getting up this early since I was about 10. So yeah, it's coming on 13, 14 years, 5 o'clock mornings. All right, so fins on, 500 to begin with. Let's move.
Oh, he's a lot tougher in the water than he is out the water.
Hey, I'm Will. Yeah, good to meet you, mate. I'm Sam. Nice to meet you, man.
It's not like being out on the bay.
I don't know. The grass is always greener, I guess.
Yeah. We're going to be here until 9 o'clock at this rate. Let's go.
Let's just get in and do a 50 and I'll see what you've got.
Close over the edge so you get a bit of a monkey grip and
then just dive in.
A bit loose.
Something to beat, I guess.
Yeah. Try and get your arms a bit tighter. You guys are good. Oh, you're actually good. Pretty neat swimming. It's just like, technically, it looks like you know what you're meant to be doing, especially above the water. If it's under the water, it's like, you can't, there's not that much power.
Yeah, that's a very nice way of putting it.
When you're pulling through, there's a lot of slipping, so just try and really, when you touch the water, hold as much as you can, really load up the shoulder and maintain that load all the way through.
Technically, both quite good, which is, I know I shouldn't be surprised. They're probably in the water all the time when they're sailing. I haven't seen these guys out on the boat yet, but looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. threw the kite up, doing a little figure 8. It's crazy how they just walk across the deck so easily. Attacking here now. I just know exactly what the other person's gonna do. Watch how kooky I look when I try and walk across the deck like that. Yeah. I'm dying. Get me on there. Oh, Jesus. Good luck. Thank you.
Yeah, have fun. Oh, you're all over it. This is perfect. We couldn't have asked for a better amount of wind.
Yeah, they're going downwind now, so Mac, you can see he's trimming the spinnaker, which is the blue sail at the front. Yeah, they're going along pretty nicely. Not much I'd say right now. Maybe you'd get Mac to stand with his feet a little bit closer together, but they're a hard boat to balance on.
Oh, hang on. I've got to teach you the right technique. So you pull up and then lower and then drop the right back in. You pull on it and it goes around the pulley here. Yeah, you've got it. So that's the up. Yep, you've got it. Oh, you saved my life there.
You can tell from the way Mac's sailing that he's done some sailing before. Yeah, his skills are pretty good.
How was that, mate?
It's good. It's pretty rooted up.
Yeah.
What's it like having an Olympic gold medal?
It's kind of like the cherry on top, and just kind of represents the process and the 10 years or 12 years that led up to that. I don't think of it so much as it's a medal for me. It's more for the people that helped me get there, probably.
For Will and I mean, we haven't been to the Olympics before.
It's going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
Everyone's like committed their life to get there, essentially.
Yeah.
Just the fact that I get to do what I love every day is a privilege, but then to be able to do it on the world stage, representing country that you love, it's just so special. And I feel so much pride, I guess, just being there and being a part of the team.
Define the Olympic spirit.
For me, I think it's probably just about being the best that I can be.
The Australian kind of adage is to just have a go and try something. Yeah, I think it'll be a wonderful opportunity to go and just have a crack.
Very good.
So yeah, it was a really encouraging day. Really enjoyed it.
Cool. Thank you. Me too. See you at the Olympics.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, the most anticipated Olympics ever are here on 7.
Take your voice, Australia! Oh, what a start for the Aussies! Take your voice, Australia!
Wow! It all begins this July on 7 and 7 Plus.
Take your mark, Australia!
Your home of the Olympics.
This is our time.
We're still counting down to the announcement of the Tokyo 2020 flag bearers. Who will they be? Earlier tonight, we also saw a special moment. The Australian Olympians oath revealed for the first time. Everyone should have the words handy by now. Hopefully you do. So if I can ask you all Tokyo-bound team members and all my fellow Olympians around Australia from games past to stand tall and for the first time with me recite the Olympic oath together. Now, I'll say each line and you can repeat after me. Here we go. For the honour of representing Australia. With acknowledgement and respect for the ancient Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander histories. And their ongoing connection to the continent, water and seas. For the pursuit of excellence in every endeavour.
For the pursuit of excellence in every endeavour.
With gratitude to those who make it possible.
With gratitude to those who make it possible.
For the spirit of sport.
for the spirit of sport,
for my fellow Olympians whom I respect and support,
for my fellow Olympians whom I respect and support,
since Edwin and forever.
since Edwin and forever.
Once an Olympian, always an Olympian.
Once an Olympian, always an Olympian.
Yeah, it really does make the hairs stand up on the back of your neck. Right now, we are just seconds away from the big moment. So, before you all head off to your final preparations, before you all head off to Tokyo and wear our green and gold and Australian uniforms so proudly, stand by as we wait to cross live into 7 News and Ian Chesterman. He'll tell us which 2 athletes will be our flag bearers for the Australian Olympic team at the Tokyo Olympic Games starting on July 23rd. Good evening and welcome to this special announcement of the flag bearers for the Tokyo Olympic team. It's an honour bestowed upon only a select few past champions like Boyd Charlton, Raylene Boyle, Andrew Gaze, Lauren Jackson and Anna Mears, just to name a few. Carrying the flag and leading our nation into the Olympic Stadium for the opening ceremony is an unparalleled recognition as an Australian team member. Australian Olympic team chef de mission Ian Chesterman had the tough task and great honour of choosing our flag bearers. And I'll now hand over to Ian for the announcement.
Thank you. I'm delighted to announce the flag bearers for the Australian Olympic team for Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games are Kate Campbell and Paddy Mills.
Kate, congratulations to you. What does this honour mean?
I think it's hard to put into words what this means, and to receive the flag from a legend like Dawn. She carried it at the closing ceremony at the Tokyo Olympics in 1964, and I just think that the symmetry and the poetry of that is just so wonderful. Brings a little tear to my eye. It is just such an honour and a privilege, and I can't fully express that enough.
You've stood on top of the podium, achieved so much. Where does this honour rate amongst all of that?
Oh, look, it's right up there with amongst one of the greatest things that has happened to me. It's one thing to represent your country in a sport that you love, and another thing to be able to represent your Olympians, your fellow Olympians, and the Olympic family that you become a part of. And that is an honour and a privilege that I do not take lightly, and I am so, so humbled to be able to do.
Well, Paddy Mills over there in Las Vegas, you must be so proud to be chosen.
Yeah, of course, mate. 2 a.m. over here, so I really appreciate everyone's support. But yeah, it's such an honour and a massive privilege For me, as a proud Gugara, Nagyagal and Dawarab Meriam man, this is really special, and just thankful for all the support up until this moment. But yeah, it's something that I won't be able to put into words what I'm feeling right now.
Well, there you go, Kate Campbell, Paddy Mills, our two flag bearers at the Tokyo 2020 Games. Back to you guys. Well, it's time to say goodbye for tonight and get ready for Tokyo ourselves. Our opening ceremony live on Channel 7 on July 23, led by our two flag bearers and, of course, Ian Chesterman. Thank you so much to everyone. The AOC would like to thank all of its commercial partners for their assistance in helping our Australian Olympic team realise their dreams. Couldn't have done it without you. And thanks to members of our Tokyo team, wherever you are, we wish you all the best at these Olympic Games. Thank you for taking a little bit of time out and joining us tonight, and good luck. Well, Tokyo 2020 truly is one of the most anticipated Olympic Games ever. And with just 16 days to go, you won't miss a second of the action right here on Channel 7. Good night.
2 weeks to go. The most anticipated Olympics ever
Take your marks, Australia.
are here on 7.
Take your marks, Australia. The Olympic champion. Oh, what a start for the Aussies.
And you can only be there on 7 and 7 Plus.
Take your marks, Australia. It means everything. And they break the world record.
Take your marks, Australia. Take your marks, Australia.
It's a remarkable gold medal.
Wow.
It all begins this July on 7 and 7 Plus.
Take your marks, Australia.
Your home of the Olympics.
This is our time.